Alright, I need y'all to listen to me carefully. Gachiakuta is the next big thing in anime. Not maybe, not possibly, I'm telling you. This is going to be Anime of the Year when it drops on July 6th. I've been calling it for years, and I've got the receipts to prove it. So if you're wondering what all the hype is about, or you're just hearing about this wild looking anime with graffiti weapons and trash monsters, this video is for you. This is everything you need to know about Gachiakuta before it airs. From the story, to the world, to the power system, and why you absolutely need to be watching it day one. Don't worry guys, we'll keep the spoilers to a minimum. But before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if y'all can drop a like and a comment. It really does wonders for smaller channels like mine, so I really appreciate any and every interaction. Thank you guys, now back to the video. Okay, so first off, let's start by talking pedigree. Gachiakuta is a manga written by Kei Urana, and it's already been making noise in Japan for its wild art and gritty storytelling. But here's the kicker. Urana used to be an assistant to Atsushi Okubo, the creator of Soul Eater and Fire Force. And if you've been following this channel for a little while, you know how I feel about Soul Eater. So you can only imagine how I feel about Gachiakuta. But it's not just me buying into the hype of Gachiakuta. Okubo didn't just co-sign Urana, he called Gachiakuta his spiritual successor. And once you see the art, the energy, and the vibes, you'll feel it instantly. But where Soul Eater was chaotic fun, Gachiakuta is meaner, more emotional, more grounded. It's Soul Eater raised in the slums with something to prove. So the world of Gachiakuta takes place in a dystopian society split in two. The rich, pure upper class where everything is spotless. They throw out a teddy bear just for having a smudge on it. And then the slums below, a prison-like district where criminals and their descendants are forced to live. So as you can imagine, the people in the lower town aren't just poor, they're treated like trash by birth. And that's where our protagonist Rudo comes in. Rudo lives in the slums and gets framed for a crime he didn't commit. His punishment? Being thrown into the abyss, a massive pit where the upper class literally dumps its trash and its people. But instead of dying, Rudo finds something else down there. Something twisted, something powerful, something that's ready to fight back. Now here's where Gachiakuta really gets creative. The power system. In the abyss there are people called givers, and they wield weapons known as jinky. These aren't swords or guns, they're trashed objects. Mops, pipes, broken toys, shoes, gloves, anything that once held real meaning to someone. Givers don't just fight with these objects, they channel spiritual and emotional energy through them. The more attachment, the more memory in the object, the stronger the jinky becomes. So while the upper world toss these things away, the people of the abyss turn them into power. It's poetic, it's punk, it's personal. Every battle is layered. It's not just who can punch the hardest, it's about who can find the strength in what's been discarded. That's what Gachiakuta's whole soul is about. To really simplify it, think about it like this. If I'm Luffy from One Piece, and I really took care of my straw hat for years upon years, maybe one day it'll turn into Kung Lao's hat from Mortal Kombat. That's like the best way that I can explain it. Essentially, take care of an object, give it a lot of love, and eventually that love kind of turns into power. That's the best non-spoiler definition, but you guys get it. Alright, now let's talk about the art, because if there's one thing that immediately sets Gachiakuta apart from every other series, it's the way the manga looks, feels, and moves on the page. Kei Urana's art style is insane in the best way possible. It's bold, aggressive, and raw. There's this gritty, almost graffiti-like texture to every panel, lines are rough, shadows are deep, the world feels dirty, and that's exactly the point. This isn't some polished fantasy kingdom. This is society built on decay, where trash piles up high and monsters grow out of forgotten things. And Urana's art makes you feel that in every frame. But it's not just about looking cool. The paneling and composition are elite. Urana knows how to control rhythm. Fights explode across jagged, tilted frames that mimic chaos. Dialogue-heavy scenes breathe with wide shots and emotional close-ups. There's a cinematic flow to the way every page unfolds, like every panel was storyboarded for animation since day one. And the emotion, it pours out of characters. You feel Rudo's rage. You see the weight on his shoulders. When people cry in this manga, it's not one little anime tear, their whole face breaks down. This manga illustrates pain, rage, and sorrow on a different level, like on a 2017-2018 Golden State Warriors type of level. But now, if you've been reading manga for a while, you might have caught one of the coolest examples of somebody paying homage. And I mentioned it in my Bleach is the Father of New Gen Anime. You guys should definitely go watch that video after this video. But anyway, there's this moment with Engine, a mysterious character with real mentor energy, where he extends an umbrella over Rudo in the rain. It's a subtle panel, quiet and clean, and yeah, if you're tapped in, you already know. It's a direct visual callback to Kisuke Uehara shielding Ichigo in Bleach. The posture, the umbrella, the mood, it's unmistakable. And it's more than just a reference, it tells you everything about Engine's role in that moment without needing other words. It's visual storytelling on another level. And what makes all of this so impressive is how intentional it feels. Every messy texture, every sharp line, every chaotic spread, it's all crafted to match the soul of the story. Because Gachiakuta is about people who've been thrown away, and the art reflects that. It's scratched, raw, broken, and powerful. So Studio Bones is going to be in their bag when they animate this. You already know it's going to be different, because this isn't clean shonen. This is a punk shonen, this is street soul shonen, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So like I said before, this is releasing on July 6th, and Studio Bones is doing it. You know, the powerhouse behind Mob Psycho, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Need I say more? If there's any studio that can bring this level of raw emotion, wild motion, and chaotic energy to life, it's Bones. From what we've seen in the teaser footage and key visuals, the animation is going crazy. Dirty textures, exaggerated motion, and color palettes that scream grime and graffiti. And that's what Gachiakuta needs. Not clean, polished anime. It needs to feel like it was spray painted in the dark with rage and heart. And Bones gets that. So if after everything I just said you're still not sure why you should be excited, here's why. It's a completely original power system you've never seen before. A world that blends class warfare, trash punk energy, and deep social commentary. A main character who isn't chasing a dream, he's chasing the truth. Emotional storytelling without the filler, and the best animation studio to bring it all to life. This isn't your typical underdog story, it's a story for the discarded, the written off, the broken, and it's here to say, you still matter. This is why I've been talking about Gachiakuta for so long, this is why I said it's going to be Anime of the Year, and this is why I called it early, and now we're here. So yeah, Gachiakuta isn't just another anime coming out this year, it's the anime coming out this year. This is the anime I've been shouting about since day one, the one I said would blow up, the one I said would take over conversations like JJK did, and now it's finally here, well, on July 6th. If you want raw energy, originality, emotion, and art that punches you in the face, Gachiakuta is it. Don't be the person catching up later. Don't wait for TikTok to tell you that it's fire. Get it now from the jump, because that wave is coming. But if you're excited, let me know what you're most excited to see animated. The jinky fights, the abyss creatures, or just the raw energy of Rudo finally getting revenge. Drop a like, hit that sub button, and ring the bell so you're locked in when this whole thing explodes. And if you've been riding with me since I first called it, you already know we saw it coming. I do really just want to point out again, I really did call it. Like, my future sight really kicked in. But nah, all jokes aside, guys, thank you for tuning in. Whoever stayed to the end of the video, you're a GOAT. But I'm finna catch y'all on the next one. Rikage Summit, out.